Got 1 second.
Well, they give him 1 second. That's really a lot of time to get plenty of time to get a shot off, David. So you want to try to get him to throw something away from the basket.
Well, the other two officials are having their own conference after Indiana will get the ball.
And watch O'Neal going towards the basket here. They might run him up around the free throw line and then sink him back to the basket.
O'Neal's shot is blocked and a 24-second violation on Indiana.
Great job.
Ball anyway.
Great job, Patrick Ewing. He has a couple of real nice challenges on Jermaine O'Neal's shots. Tell you what, I've been a believer in Patrick Ewing for a long time, David, and I was just convinced even more of how dedicated he is when we came off of that West Coast trip. Played Seattle on a Sunday night, flew back across country, landed at 6:30, and he was at RDB Sportsplex at 7 o'clock Monday morning working out after that long trip back across country.
He's a hard worker. You don't play that many years in the NBA. He's 39 years of age with all the pounding he's taken. All the postseason pounding. He's played probably an additional season or two in postseason basketball.
Yeah, it sure seems like it.
Well, that's an intense brand of basketball. Hudson off the screen.
Now, great job by the Magic getting back in this game, David. It's at 4. It was just a 10-point lead, 17-7 for the Pacers. They scored just 2 points since. Offensive foul. I'm just glad to see a smile on his face, David. He walked off the floor. It seemed like it was smile was the last thing he would have been we would have seen on his face, but he might be feeling better than he looked when he walked off the floor.
By the way, that was not a foul against Jonathan Bender. He set a screen. He was standing out of bounds when he set the screen. That's a violation rather than a personal foul. So score and a turnover. Those of you keeping score at home. Indiana leads by 14. Patrick Ewing, defended by Austin Crozier, slips inside of him and puts it in.
Oh, boy. Just took the ball right to the hole against Austin Crozier there.
3 new players on the floor for Indiana. One of them right here, Jonathan Bender, and he just powers Mike Miller in there. His first field goal of the night.
Most as easily as Patrick Ewing took the ball to the basket on the other end. A lot of size on this Indiana team, David. They have some long guys out there.
You give them credit for rebuilding while maintaining a good team. Got some good young talent. Hudson for 2.
Well, he was started out behind the line, but he takes that little bit of step to get into his rhythm and just got on the line there, prevented a 3-point basket.
Rose was looking for Crozier to roll to the basket. Austin Crozier did not.
His minutes have really gone down, David. As a matter of fact, he didn't play the last game out. First time since April of, about 98 or so, 99, since he last had a GM coach's decision.
He defended Ewing that time. The Magic had a chance to tie the game. Jalen Rose. Al Harrington fumbles it, but clears it out to Crozier. Jamal Tinsley resets the offense with 1:08 to go in the first period. Tinsley dribbles past Hudson, and that is goaltending.
Yeah, that was pretty easy by Troy Hudson. He's going to have to do a better job of keeping his body in front of Tinsley.
Don't forget that every time a Magic player scores a double-double in a Sunshine Network telecast, Papa John's donates $100 to the Papa John's Scholars Program. Offensive foul is called on Ewing. So that is his first personal foul. Indiana has a 4-point lead and the ball. 54 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Big possession right here for the Magic defensively. There's a carry, so the Magic get it right back, so they do get the stop. We just talked about the Magic had closed the lead. It's at 4 now. They were within 2. He didn't want to give the Pacers an opportunity to run off 6 or 8 straight points here to close out this period.
Let's try that pick and roll again with Hudson and Ewing. Troy coming off the screen. Missing the shot. Crozier rebounds for Indiana. Here's Tinsley spinning on Hudson, giving to Harrington for the dunk.
Technical foul coming on Harrington.
Yeah, but that's what makes Jamal Tinsley a pretty special player right there.
Man, oh man.
In the open floor.
He just blew right up the floor. And a little spin there. And you'll see the slap on the backboard. That's worthy of a technical foul. Well, Tinsley, boy, he is so quick with the basketball. Just unbelievable what the decision-making he has. For such a young guy.
Indiana's lead is 5. The Magic have the ball. They can use most of the clock, but not all of it in the first period. Mike Miller cutting off the screen. Missed the shot, and it'll be Indiana's ball. Hudson touched it last. The Pacers will get the last shot of the quarter.
You pretty much had to take that shot. Patrick Ewing might come out of the game here as the Magic get a smaller player out there to match down to the Pacers. Mike Miller took that. It was probably about 10 seconds left on the shot clock, David, but it was such a good shot. Pretty much had to take that.
It's best in the game for Indiana for Jamal Tinsley. Just his minutes down this year because of the emergence of the rookie Tinsley at the point guard spot. Jonathan Bender on the drive and a foul on the Magic's Mike Miller.
I'll tell you what, having Tinsley come in and take over that starting spot at the point guard has done. It's kind of frustrated Jalen Rose. I mean, that's where it showed initially. You know, Rose played that point guard position last year. And that's kind of the spot he wanted to play this year. But with Tinsley playing the way he has played, that has pushed Rose down to the small forward position. And he's just not quite as happy there as he was at point guard last year. See T-Mac back in the game. And you mentioned Best. Travis Best minutes have gone down also.
Bender misses 2 free throws. Magic still trail by 5. Here's McGrady back in the game, defended by Al Harrington. And fouled by Harrington on his first opportunity of the second quarter. It doesn't look like he's feeling anywhere near 100% right now.
Well, according to T-Mac himself, he says he just understands that he's probably not going to be 100% for a while. It's probably going to take the off season for him to incorporate some of these new methods of training that he learned up in Atlanta here over the last few days into his, it's going to take a while to incorporate that into his workout. Of course, Ted Arzonico and Mick Smith, the Magic strength and conditioning coach, will be keeping an eye on him. There's Mick just behind Johnny Davis in between Doc Rivers on the back row there. Tracy said he learned some stuff about himself up there with the stretching and that he never knew he could do. So
got some work to do to strengthen abdominal muscles so he doesn't put so much pressure on his lower back. Harrington has had some big games for Indiana. Another young, talented player. The foul before the shot. And it's on Patrick Ewing. That's his second. Indiana's got Harrington in his 4th year in the league, just 21 years old. Jermaine O'Neal's in his 6th year in the NBA. He's 23. Tinsley, the rookie from Iowa State, is 23. Bender, the tall, lean number 24, is 20 years old in his 3rd year in the NBA.
They definitely are young, and as I say, they are very young, very athletic.
Crozier stole a rebound from Ewing, but missed the shot. Armstrong drops it inside to Ewing. Pat Garrity. That's long. Ewing there, but the ball taken away. O'Neal clears it ahead the bench. That's 3 by Crozier. Austin Crozier out of Providence University gives Indiana a 6-point advantage. Patrick Ewing, a beautiful spin move. Oh, they call him for traveling. As he pivoted to the baseline side, referee Bill Kennedy said he took too many steps.
And he probably did, no question about that. You'll see him come to the middle. Now let's look at the footwork, and you pretty much have to call that travel.
Horace Grant back in the game now, defending O'Neal.
Once again, they clear out and let O'Neal go to work. They got to get Pat Garrity knocking some shots down, David.
There's one.
Yeah, you don't win games if you're the Magic. That's a travel also, I think. Yeah. You don't win games if you're Orlando if you don't get Garrity making some shots. You're just not going to do it because the Magic are not good enough in the paint. I mean, you don't score enough in the paint, so you have to have these shots falling.
And we showed a graphic in our pregame show about how much better the Magic shooters are with McGrady on the floor. I don't think Garrity was a part of that graphic, talking about starters primarily, but Pat also benefits greatly with T-Mac on the court.
Well, yeah, he was a part of it, David, and his percentage from behind the three-point line is probably from 37% where he is down to about 32, 33%. That's an offensive foul on Garrity. So
here's that graphic we ran in the pregame show.
yeah, so he drops from 39% down to about 36%. Miller takes a big drop, and Darrell Armstrong takes a tremendous drop from behind the three-point line with and without Tracy McGrady on the floor.
Well, that's trouble for the Magic tonight at best in Carolina Hurricanes. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 o'clock. Face-off set for 7:30. Sunshine Network first in Florida sports. Tampa Bay Lightning having a good season. Drawing nice crowds over there in Tampa. Indiana with the ball and a 3-point lead. Harrington blows past Garrity. The ball knocked away from O'Neal. And the ball is going back to Indiana.
Yeah, that's definitely the call right there. The Magic trying to push the ball down the floor and just having a difficult time getting into the flow offensively here tonight.
Orlando has committed 10 turnovers already in this ballgame, or rather 8, and Indiana has 10. So a lot of turnovers at both ends. Travis Best, no good. Garrity. Here comes McGrady. 8:25 to go in the quarter. Indiana leads by 3.
Magic would like to have Reggie Miller play a little defense down there, and Monty Williams has him there.
Bender left his feet. McGrady puts it in.
Oh, great job. Just good hang time by T-Mac and give Monty Williams the assist. You really have to make Reggie Miller play a little bit of defense.
Here's the matchup Indiana goes to. Garrity defending Harrington.
Well, that looked like a travel there.
Missed the shot anyway. Orlando has never led in this game.
An opportunity here to take the lead.
Darrell Armstrong wide open.
Yeah, there it is. There it is, Darrell Armstrong. He missed his first couple of shots. Did knock down a three, but it didn't count on an illegal screen by Pat Garrity.
Miller coming off a Harrington screen. Offensive rebound for O'Neal. McGrady knocked it away, but he'll be called for a foul.
And T-Mike says that was all ball.
Foul on the one, Reggie McGrady. His first, third team foul.
It's good to see him smiling instead of wincing.
You're right. I think the schedule here, David, for the Magic in the next couple of weeks, if you go on up through the game at New Jersey, is good because there are no back-to-backs in that time period. So for Tracy McGrady, you get to play a game and then rest the next game. Problem is, you might not have a lot of practice time for Tracy McGrady, Darrell Armstrong, or Mike Miller, for that matter, with the way those guys have been hurting. But at least you get a day in between to rest up.
Magic play Friday here, and then not until Sunday in Atlanta.
No,
in New York.
Yeah.
Then I think 2 days off before the game in Boston.
Right. Great defense, better shot.
Reggie Miller's first field goal of the night. McGrady running the floor, spinning, dunking over Bendel.
Oh, man. You let anybody catch the ball that close to the basket that has that kind of athletic ability, and you might as well back off or you're going to get posterized. And then they decided to let T-Mike have it.
O'Neal setting a screen for Best. Harrington called for an offensive foul on the moving pick. We've seen a lot of illegal screen calls tonight.
Well, you know what, David? You have so many guys on both ends that need the screen, or like to have the screen at least, to get open. You think about it, Reggie Miller likes that screen. Rose, to some extent, likes the screen. Of course, Garrity likes it. Monty Williams with the travel. It's been a turnover fest tonight. So having 11 for the Pacers, 9 now for the Magic. That's another reason why the scoring is only 32-30.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Oh, that's very nice, Jermaine O'Neal.
His first points of the second quarter after he got 10 in the first.
I tell you what, he was out there in Portland, and he didn't get time, but you never knew if he was going to be able to play or not. The last couple of years, boy, he has just really...
Easy bucket for Reggie Miller. Indiana back in the league on their first trip to the West Coast. And the Pistons didn't fare too well. They went 0-5. And have slipped in the Central Division. So we'll see them on Friday night. Jerry Stackhouse, a much improved player this year. And Detroit, an improved basketball team. The foul is on Harrington. Only the third team foul on Indiana. Armstrong wouldn't get free throws.
Well, David, you know, I tell you what, that's a set play for the Magic because those big guys a lot of times will come through there and just do what Harrington did there, run right over Darrell Armstrong. But when you have your little guy hurting like that, man, it just adds to the pain when he takes a hit like that.
Well, it gets Harrington off the floor. Jonathan Bender back in.
It served the purpose.
Orlando trying to break a 6-0 Indiana run. Armstrong finds Garrity for three. Way long. O'Neal gets the rebound. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Indiana leads by 2, and another foul call. This one on McGrady. His second. Game has not found a rhythm yet.
No, it really hasn't. When you think about the turnovers we've seen in this game, both the Pacers with 11, the Magic have 10. It's just not going to be much rhythm. Now the Magic over the limit. and fouls, so the Pacers will shoot free throws, so that will further serve to slow the game down.
Indiana's on a 7-0 run.
The Magic, number 50, Mike Miller.
Mike Miller back into the ball game for Monty Williams. Jalen Rose shooting the second of 2 free throws. He was drafted by Denver, and after 2 years with the Nuggets was traded to Indiana for Mark Jackson. Very versatile player. That's his first points of the night. An 8-0 run for the Pacers.
You know, in that first game up in Indiana, like that first week of the season, Rose didn't start in the first game. Didn't score in the first half. Beautiful move to the basket by Tracy McGrady. Rose ended up with 24 in that game. That's a travel. A little miscommunication by the Pacers offensively.
Just careless. All you could say about that. An unforced error by Indiana. They've committed 12 turnovers. Magic 10. Brady again going to work on Bender. Use the left hand and missed the shot. Indiana gets the ball. Here comes Benson. Miller floating back into the corner, now shooting for 2. 8.6 in the period. McGrady outrunning everybody at the other end. Look out. And a foul on Bender.
Well, the good thing about that play right there, David, of course, the Magic get a couple free throws out of it, but the real good thing is Tracy McGrady didn't try anything too crazy here and overextend himself. He just made sure he got to the free throw line, and he'll get 2 free throws. You really put that back at jeopardy when you are extended, when you stretch out, and then someone comes up behind and just hits that back. Doesn't take a lot, just hits it a little bit. So T-Mike gets opportunity to add to his point total. Pacers real small now as Tinsley comes back into the game and Bender takes a seat.
Monty Williams gets up off the Magic bench. So either Grant or Garrity likely will come off the floor. Troy Hudson also will check in. It'll be Hudson actually instead of Williams. Jalen Rose, no good. Grant the rebound. Armstrong to Miller.
Good job by the Pacers getting back defensively here.
Brady had it knocked away by Reggie Miller. Garrity picks up the loose ball and scores. We're tied at 38.
Now that was a very fortunate bounce for the Magic. Tracy McGrady got hit. He thought going to the basket. So he got hit in the head and no call coming.
Tinsley fumbled it. Gets it back. Now Indiana's got numbers. O'Neal challenged by Grant. Cross court to Rose. That's for 3.
Rose has really struggled from behind the three-point line. Excuse me, David. I was going to say I find it a little surprising to believe that Tracy McGrady has never been able to touch his toes when stretching. I mean, that's just a little. I mean, I can still do that, and I'm an old man, you know. I mean, but it's just hard to believe. I don't know. I guess guys, I know they still spend a lot of time stretching because that's about the most important thing you can do on a workout. But I just found it hard to believe that he, since coming here to Orlando at least, has not been able to touch his toes. Bend over that far.
Really something. Says a lot, though, about the shape of his back as he's challenged on the shot. We'll get a couple of free throws. He's got some work to do just to shore up a weakness physically. Because you don't want problems down the line.
I was just thinking, you know, I mean, the other part of that is when you talk about his back, one of the things they said was his problem was his ab muscles are not quite tight enough. So I was also thinking it's good to know that a young guy, us old men, not the only one with the problem with keeping our abs in good shape. So that's another good thing.
Well, when you think about it, he's such a great athlete.
Right.
A lot of these guys, things come so naturally, too. they haven't worked that much on their body. Remember, Herschel Walker had never lifted a weight when he went to the University of Georgia. Marvelous physical specimen. Ewing O'Neal been very quiet in the second period. It has 14 in the first half, and the game is tied again at 42.
I'll get Tinsley another assist.
Armstrong had an open shot, but can't get it to go. We're inside of a minute to play in the second period from Orlando. The game's tied at 42.
Appears as though Daryl Armstrong's just kind of rushing his shots. Just shooting it quickly. Give the Patriots credit. They are making a run at Daryl Armstrong, really at the Magic perimeter guys every time they get set. So they're having to shoot it a little bit quicker than they might ordinarily shoot it. 7 or 8 ball games. He's averaging just 11 points a game over that period, averaging 19 points a game on the season.
Good work by Grant to put the Magic back on top.
Great board work by Horace Grant. Just a tremendous job of keeping O'Neal on his back.
You remember Jalen Rose in early November?
Yeah.
No points at the half, and he finished with 24. Tinsley blocked by Miller. Plenty of time left in the period. Rose almost took it from Mike. Rivers saying, let's get the last shot. Sorry.
He's just become a great basketball player, David, and they will give him the ball, clear it out, and say, Jermaine, go get us a basket. And, of course, with Tinsley penetrating and getting as close to the basket as he's been able to get, the Magic big man have to help out, so that gives him more opportunities to score. Great to see Tracy McGrady back in the lineup for the Magic. He is still one of the best players in the business at 70%, 65-70% where he is right now. He has been very efficient, David, so far in this game. Just playing some great basketball. There's Daryl Armstrong finding him on the break. T-Mac played 20 minutes, and he...
Doc Rivers wanted a carry call against Tinsley on that penetration into the lane. He missed the shot anyway. Andrew DeClerc did not score in the first half. O'Neal gets the block, and here comes Indiana. Magic leading by 4.
That's pretty easy right there. I'm sure the Magic wanting to get O'Neal into some foul trouble.
That's Jeff Foster, his first field goal of the night. And they made a pretty good trade for Foster, another young guy, 24-year-old, 6'11" center from Southwest Texas State. They traded Bontigo Cummings to Golden State for this guy. Armstrong down the lane. McGrady to Miller for 3. Magic three-point shooting, with the exception of the game against Utah, has not been very good percentage-wise in the last probably 5 or 6 games. Holding foul on McGrady.
Yeah, you're right. But, you know, with Tracy McGrady out of the lineup, you knew it was not going to be quite as good because you don't have to double-team anyone for the Magic when he is out. So that takes away some of the perimeter shots. But even tonight, you see the Magic have not been able to knock down shots from the perimeter. And they've had some pretty decent looks.
The Magic 2 for 11 now from three-point range tonight. Ewing O'Neal. Out to Miller for 3.
Oh, boy.
4 Magic players there, but nobody could come up with it. Miller misses again. McGrady goes and gets the rebound. Good look into the court. Had his block, got his back blocked again. Still battling. Into the hands of Rose. Jalen Rose. Blocked by DeClerc. He got one at the other end. Armstrong keeps T-Mac. Spinning. Inside the Grant. Knocked away. I think Horace Grant has the ball.
Horace touched it. Horace touched the ball.
Well, you'd think you'd want to see that before you made that call.
Right.
Make sure that you saw it, but instead of just thinking you saw it. But that slowed down what looked like a great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, the real problem is the Magic missed an opportunity to score here with the whistle.
That'll be a foul on Indiana.
Foul number 10.
It's on Jeff Foster, his first.
His first team foul.
O'Neal's going to be close to a triple-double tonight if he keeps knocking Henry DeClerc's shots back at him here.
Grant and DeClerc were there. I'm not sure who the pass was intended for. Tinsley missed the shot, but Miller tips it in, and we're tied at 46. As we go back to McGrady down in the post, out to Miller. He's had some good looks tonight. And that'll be a foul on Indiana. Probably Jeff Foster over the back.
Well, DeClerc continues to be big around the basket.
Oh, they called DeClerc. Referee Bill Kennedy.
Now they called Horace Grant.
Okay, 54. Still not a popular call on the Magic sideline. Indiana gets the ball. Crowd still booing the call against Horace Grant. And Mr. Kennedy gives it right back to the Magic. Jermaine O'Neal's third personal foul.
Here's a look at the action around the basket. They say it was Horace Grant. And I guess that little push from Horace in the back there gets him the foul.
All right, so we're tied still at 46, 3 minutes into the third quarter. And you get the switch with Tinsley defending Miller. Tinsley got him across the arm.
The Magic trying to get Mike Miller going. They're giving him a lot of touches here early.
Mike Miller, shooting two.
Mike Miller on the free throw line for the first time tonight. Don't forget, you can log on to SunshineNetwork.com. Click the Checkers message board and talk with fellow Magic fans about tonight's game. At SunshineNetwork.com, the Checkers message board. Mike Miller now with 6 points. The Magic lead by 2 again. Indiana had a 17-7 lead early. That was the biggest lead of the night for either team.
Great job around the perimeter defensively for the Magic. Boy, I tell you what, he is getting so good, David. Great touch.
He's got 16 now tonight. Switch again. Tinsley on Miller. The fadeaway jumper no good. O'Neal to Miller. Reggie Miller cut off by Armstrong. Jalen Rose into the middle of the lane. Finds Tinsley in the corner. Rose over McGrady. He is 0 for 8 from the field.
Oh, that one didn't look real good at all.
Nice hustle by Mike after he almost turned it over.
Oh, man. Well, he dove a long way for that one, didn't he?
He didn't want to hear about that behind the back dribble that got away from him, so he figured he better go rescue that one.
Yeah. Whatever it takes, Mike. Got to ride through this one, and hopefully you can get a bucket or two.
T-Mac stops and fires for 3. It's no good. Tinsley the rebound.
Just can't get a steady flow, man. You just feel like both teams want to try to get it going, but either miss shots or turnover just when you don't expect it. It's taking both teams out of it there.
O'Neal gets another rebound. Miller defended by Grant. Well done by Horace, and he gets the rebound. Horace Grant doing a big-time job defensively and on the board.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's playing some good basketball.
That's 7 rebounds tonight. That'll be a foul on Rose, who was struggling in this game.
Look at Mike Miller. He's going to have to go behind his back. Tinsley, a very good defensive player. And Mike says, okay, I'm going to go all the way for this one. And T-Mac throws it down, gets a chance to Get one just being in the right place at the right time.
That goes from a 1 in the turnover column to a 1 in the assist column in about 1.5 seconds for Mike Miller. The clerk checks out of the game. Garrity checks in. Garrity drills it for 2. This game reminds you a little bit of the Washington game last week, where you feel like if one team ever knocks down 3 or 4 in a row, it's going to be all over for the other.
That's right, because it's been hard getting buckets tonight.
You have Foster sweeping hook, rebounded by Grant. Garrity made one a moment ago. McGrady can't follow up with a back-to-back field goal. That was Crozier last time down the floor for Indiana. Into the game for Boston.
Hey, what, the points have been down in the paint with O'Neal for the Pacers. And he's been able to get him. Hart trying his best to take it away from him there.
Pistons, Jerry Stackhouse, and our old friends Ben Wallace and Chucky Atkins. Tip-off 7:30. Pre-game coverage starts at 7 o'clock right here on Sunshine Network. First in Florida sports. Reggie Miller scores for Indiana.
Well, Reggie showing no hesitation shooting over Darrell Armstrong, and Darrell did everything he possibly could to make that shot difficult for him.
Miller has 12 in the game. Armstrong steps behind the horse and knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, that's big, because someone else right now has to get into a little bit of a rhythm to kind of take a little bit of the pressure off of T-Mac right now.
Only Darrell's second field goal made tonight. Rose threw it away, but I think Horace Grant touched the ball last.
Yeah, but how many times tonight has that happened, though, Dave? Where it seems like, I mean, either team has it going the other way, and all of a sudden, it just bounces out of bounds. Tracy McGrady leads the game here. Now, that's one thing new I noticed there. They have a cushion for Tracy McGrady to sit on over there on the bench. First time we've noticed that. Kind of slanted to protect that lower back.
Hensley steals it after Horace Grant had the rebound. Horace turns it over. And we're tied, or rather the Magic now lead by 2, 54-52. Rookie point guard from Iowa State. Very impressive.
He's smart, man. He does a lot of things. You have to like this guy.
Garrity. And it's blocked by Jermaine O'Neal. Jalen Rose feeds O'Neal. Turnaround jumper over Grant. Rolls in and ties the score at 54. 18 points for O'Neal.
I'll tell you all O'Neal has done, David. He has become the best center in the Eastern Conference. I mean, and they have him listed at the small forward spot. But I think he will qualify for a 4 or 5.
Well, Magic works the ball well. The pass caught Monty Williams a little off guard. Long pass inside O'Neal, and boy, he is just so athletic. Hensley just threw it up somewhere near the rim. And O'Neal went up and got it. So that's 3 fouls on Pat Garrity. Patrick Ewing prepares to check in for the Magic. Jermaine O'Neal prepares to try and put Indiana into the lead.
You know, the real thing about, you made that comparison to the Washington Wizards game last time the Magic were here. You know, the other real comparison is you talk about a team getting hot. It could just as easily happen for the Pacers as for the Magic, you know, because the Pacers have a lot of guys that can shoot the basketball. And you think about Miller and Rose, who has struggled badly here tonight, but he can turn it on quickly. Yeah, everybody's violation. That's
going to shoot it over. Referee Bill Kennedy said, so that one won't count.
Well, Reggie Miller just backed away and came out of the lane. I don't know for sure why. He said both guys were in violation. He might get overruled here. I don't know. I don't know if our replay will show anything, but McGrady got, I guess, was as illegal as Reggie.
O'Neal's still a work in progress from the foul line. He's a little better this year than he has been. He was 55% in his career coming into this season. 64% coming into tonight's game this year.
Well, the thing is, as he gets more and more free throw attempts, he's going to get better from the line, you would think. He has pretty good touch.
Mike Miller. Another rebound for Jermaine O'Neal. 12 in the game. And Rose goes waltzing down the lane to give Indiana a three-point lead. That's his first field goal of the night.
And a lot of times it's a field goal like that, just an easy one that gets other guys, gets the guy going.
Monty Williams in there battling. Basket would have counted if it had gone, but he'll get 2 free throws. And the foul, I think, is on O'Neal. It'll be his 4th personal.
Oh, that's big. Get him out of there if it does, in fact, get him out. Isaiah has not made a room. Yeah, he is going to make a move to get him out. Good work, Monty Williams. O'Neal right now is just going for every block in there.
Point number 1 tonight for Monty Williams. Al Harrington checks in for O'Neal.
Troy Hudson also in for Darrell Armstrong.
Indiana's lead is 1 with 3:21 to go in the third quarter. Low scoring again tonight. These are 2 of the higher scoring teams in the NBA.
The Magic now at 5th in the league scoring.
Tinsley finds Crozier. Turnaround jumper puts Indiana back on top by 3. Another assist for Jamal Tinsley. Gives him 6 for the night. And to go to the Hudson Ewing pick and roll. Crozier defending Patrick Ewing. So Ewing cuts the lead to 1.
Well, I would say defense here, but when you look up at the scoreboard and it's 59-58 with 2.5 minutes to go, you think, well, the defense has not been all that bad.
Indiana's going to get the ball back. 2:23 to go in the quarter. The Pacers by 1.
That'll be the 9th time in 10 games that he scored 20 or more. He's really blossoming, isn't he?
Yeah, but only 23 years old. You're right, Paul. He's a budding young star in the NBA. On the bench right now, Harrington in the game for Jermaine O'Neal. And a foul is called against Pat Garrett. That's 4 personals on Pat Garrett. Harrington was in the act of shooting.
Garrity has his hands full with either of these power forwards the Pacers put on the floor right now. Harrington is probably, in my opinion, if he continues as he is, going to be the 6th man of the year, or certainly one of the top 2 or 3. 6th man in the voting, I'm sure. He's averaging 13 points a game.
He's had double figures 14 in a row. He's got a little work to do tonight to get there. Only 3 points late in the third period. Indiana's lead is 2. Here comes Ewing. Turning to shoot the ball, and a technical foul, a 3-second defensive violation on Indiana. Gives the Magic a chance for a free point here at the 1:54 mark in the third quarter.
And Troy Hudson stepped to the line to take that shot.
Magic perfect on the foul line tonight, but they've only had 13 opportunities. Likewise for Indiana, they are 9 for 13. Hudson drives on Tinsley. But Indiana comes away with the basketball. Tinsley centers the fast break at the other end. Leads it back to Harrington for the spinning fall-away jumper.
Nice shot. As I say, he has improved tremendously also, David. What has helped his game is the fact he just plays so much harder than he did his first couple of years in the league.
Fast break opportunity. Jalen Rose pulls up. Tough break for Rose. Hudson with a fast break chance at the other end. 3-on-2 to Garrity for 3.
Oh, man. I tell you, just allows you to breathe a whole lot easier when he's making shots.
He's got 10 now and a couple of three-pointers tonight for Garrity.
The Magic running that zone defense, David. A lot of switching. Great defense, better shot. Better shot. As I say, he'll probably be the sixth man of the year. I think you have to look out at Sacramento and talk about Turkoglu coming off the bench out there as one of the big threats for that award. Bobby Jackson also at Sacramento is a guy that you'll have to look at.
Indiana still up by 2. They might and will, it appears, pull the ball out, play for the final shot of the quarter if they can.
And don't be surprised if you see Reggie Miller. Yeah, I was going to say give it up. That's a 2-point shot. It's short.
And a foul on Indiana.
So Patrick will get 2 free throws. That puts him over the limit.
That is a big break for the Magic. Only 3 seconds to go in a quarter when Ewing was battling for that rebound. So it would have been very difficult to advance the ball and get a good shot. Now Ewing steps to the line to shoot 2.
Now the thing the Pacers like to do right here, David, with 3 seconds on the clock, they like to get the ball out of bounds, and that first pass a lot of times will be to Reggie Miller at about the half-court line. So you keep your eye on Reggie Miller, and then what he likes to do once he gets it, take 1 or 2 quick dribbles, get a pump fake to try to get the defense up in the air, and then he'll jump into you. So the Magic will need to try not to let Reggie catch the ball, and Patrick misses them both.
Tinsley from half court. That is the end of the period. So Ewing missing a chance to tie the game. Tickets are available for the Magic Pistons contest. TD Waterhouse Center, RDV Sportsplex box offices, all Ticketmaster locations. Go OrlandoMagic.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKETS.
Another real good crowd here tonight.
Spread the floor out and let Tinsley go to work on Hudson. Harrington got the rebound. It's on the deck, picked up by Crozier. Tinsley feeds Foster. He rolls it in. Indiana just a little quicker to react to those loose balls down there. They lead by 6 again. This will be a foul on Foster, his 3rd.
Foul number 10, Jeff Foster. His 3rd and 2nd team foul.
Foster trying desperately to move Ewing off of that left block. Patrick going to work again. And on the pass out, the foul again on Foster. So that's 4 on him.
Well, I'm just wondering if Isaiah, when he goes to the bench, if he'll go small, try to force the Magic's hand here. Patrick Ewing is having his way with Foster so far. Let's see if a double team comes.
Patrick bailed him out with a fadeaway jumper. And Indiana will have a chance to build their 6-point lead inside of 10 minutes to go in the game. Crozier missed the shot, but an offensive rebound for Harrington, and the Pacers build their lead to 8. The Magic will use a timeout. 9:35 to go in the contest. Indiana trying to pull away from Orlando here early in the fourth. Tracy McGrady returns for the Magic to see the 10-0 run for Indiana. Ewing. Crozier rips down the rebound. And Indiana walks the ball up the floor with an 8-point lead 3 minutes into the fourth quarter.
And not many offensive rebounds this second half for the Magic.
Good hustle by Ewing, and he forces almost a turnover. It appears he'll have a jump ball.
Trey Hudson was there. He tried to get a timeout. Patrick Ewing down making it happen with his defense. See Patrick get a hand on it right there, and
unfortunately, it's Foster that reached in there and tied him up, the 6'11" center. Tinsley gets a breather for Indiana. Travis Best is in for Isaiah Thomas's club. They lead by 8. 8:57 to go.
I would guess Isaiah Thomas is just perfect for Tinsley, the perfect coach for Tinsley. Isaiah, the same kind of penetrating, breaking down type point guard.
Good job by Garrity. The shot clock is at 3 as Indiana will inbound the ball. Armstrong and Miller return for Ewing and Hudson. Well, the Magic match down. Garrity, the tallest man on the floor for the Orlando Magic. He'll defend Jeff Foster. Challenge keeping him off the offensive glass. Harrington beats the buzzer. That hurts. 10-point lead for Indiana.
That's just another one of those tough shots the Pacers have made here, but one of those breaks for the Magic that seems to have gone against them all night. Monty Williams gets 2.
First field goal of the night for Monty. Cuts the lead back to 8. Well, whichever team got hot first, we thought might have a huge advantage here, and Indiana has been that club. Although finally Harrington misses one. They are 5 of 8 in the quarter. From the field, they lead by 8. 8 minutes to go.
And they go at Austin Crozier down on the low post with Monty Williams. Well, there's a little bit of a push, but nothing there. Monty gets 2 more.
Back-to-back field goals for Monty Williams. Travis Best defended by Darrell Armstrong. Harrington against Williams. Monty hits the deck, no call. Harrington does get the call on the challenge by Miller. 2 free throws coming for Al Harrington. That's Mike's 3rd personal.
Here's Monty Williams wanted that, didn't get it. And then Mike Miller bails him out by getting him across the arm.
Al Harrington might also be a candidate for most improved in the NBA. You talked about 6-man, but he played in only 45 games last year.
Yeah, you could be right about that, David. But I think the difference in his game is that here's the times I've seen him is he's just working so much harder at it. And that's especially true on the defensive end of the floor.
The Pacers lead it back to 8. McGrady defended by Bender. Out to Miller. He just cannot find the range tonight.
Now, you know, they're running at the 3-point line. I mean, it might be just that all you need is a pump fake to get that defensive player cleared out. And then one quick dribble, and it's going to get you a better shot. I mean, you're having to rush that shot at the perimeter because they are running at it. They give the Pacers a lot of credit.
McGrady picks the pass off. Armstrong back to team out. And the foul. It's on Bender. Got a nasty glare from McGrady after the foul.
Darrell Armstrong gives it back. Good defensive play by Tracy. And then Darrell gives it right back to him, and you'll see Bender just really trying to get out of the way. But, you know, when your back's hurting, you don't want anybody putting that forearm in your lower back.
That's exactly what Bender did. Tracy McGrady had 20 points at the half. Added a third quarter field goal, and that's his first point of the fourth. Miller back. Bender out for Indiana. First missed free throw of the night for Team Mac. Pacers lead is 7. Now Harrington got lost. Miller made a great play, though, to save the day for the Magic. Harrington a little casual on that field goal attempt. Michael Graham got it. Harrington working McGrady, though, defensively. The shot clock is at 7. Williams takes it in. A running hook rattles off. Foster finds Miller with 6:19 to go and still a 7-point Indiana lead. Armstrong got a hand on it. Pacer ball with 13 on the shot clock, 6:10 to go in the game.
Well, you're just in a position here with, for the Magic where you have to start forcing some misses here, and be real nice if you could get some transition offense going, but really hasn't been a factor for the Magic all night. The transition game. The Magic with just 14 fast break points in the game coming into this period.
Armstrong set a screen for Tina. That's Miller. 2 for 12 from the field.
That was a much better shot for Mike. That's one of those shots that come as a result of Tracy McGrady getting a double team.
Reggie Miller off the screen, now to Harrington. Now Harrington really heating up. Now has 17 points in the game. Remember late in the third, Jack? He had 3 points, right? And we didn't know if he was going to hit double figures or not. Now he might get 20.
He's made so many just one-on-one individual moves.
Miller rejected by O'Neal. What a block by Jermaine O'Neal. Mike comes up with a loose ball. McGrady for 3. Got it. Big basket for the Magic. It brings them back to within 6.
Harrington's hurting. Finally, the Magic get one of those breaks where they come up with the loose ball.
And the Pacers will use a 20-second timeout to give Harrington.
Time now on the 24-second clock. Pass to
Florida Sports News. See you then. Mark it down, folks. The next Magic 4-pack night, Saturday, January 5th. Golden State coming to town. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and an autograph session with the Magic answers and stuff, all for just $86. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS to order your 4-pack today. All right, let's take a look at some scores from around the NBA. The Checkers NBA scoreboard. New Jersey wins a close one in Cleveland. Washington's winning streak appears to be in jeopardy. They've won 9 straight. They trail Charlotte in the 4th, although still a close game. Milwaukee has defeated Atlanta. Dallas over San Antonio. Big win for the Mavericks there. Memphis leads Chicago in the 4th. No more Tim Floyd. And Phoenix leads Houston in the 3rd. Minnesota, a 1-point lead over the Isle-less Denver Nuggets. And Utah leads Boston at the half. Reggie Miller over Mike Miller. Rebounding has been a problem for the Magic. Now plus 15 for Indiana. 48-33.
And David, you mentioned the Pacers not a real big rebounding team. I mean, that's short.
Horace Grant really aggressive on the boards tonight for the Magic. He's got 10. Harrington on McGrady. Tracy leaned in and almost turned it over. But Miller with the ball against Red.
There's that fake. Well, just cannot get him a shot. Get him one to fall. He did use the fake that time, David. You see it cleared him up for the shot, but right from the beginning, it seems as though Mike has been rushing that shot just a little bit.
shooters just keep on shooting.
Oh, sure.
He's 2 for 14, but he might make his next 4 or 5. Time becoming a factor. We're at the almost at the 3.5-minute mark. Shot clock is at 5. O'Neal, long-range jumper and a push in the back on Mike Miller. So that is his 4th. And the second team foul on the Magic in the period. Jamal Tinsley returns for Indiana. Travis Best checks out of the game.
David, you mentioned the clock certainly becoming a factor here for the Magic. It comes down now to trying to get a stop or two and rebounding the basketball.
Harrington, a two-handed monster dunk on the offensive rebound. 19 for Harrington off the bench, and the Magic will use a timeout. Trailing by 8, 3:10 to go in the game. Uphill battle for the Magic here in Orlando. With 3:10 to go, they trail the Indiana Pacers by 8.
Now, the thing is, David, still plenty of time here for the Magic, but boy, someone is going to have to make down a shot, knock down a shot.
Magic splitting the floor, getting shooters out around the perimeter. Mike Miller fires, got it. Finally, Mike says yes. He is 3 for 15, but that one makes this a 5-point game. So a timely shot by Miller.
Yeah, some pretty good ball movement there also. The Pacers did a lot of scrambling defensively that time, but you see what that pump fake does, David. It just gets the defense all out of whack. And there's a turnover.
Not a good pass by Jamal Tinsley. Miller coming off the screen. A tough catch for Reggie. Indiana will commit turnovers, too. They can be careless with the ball. McGrady defended by Harrington. Pacers calling for it again. The shot clock is at 6. T-Mac takes it in close, fires, got it, and a foul.
Got him right on the arm that time. Great job, Tracy McGrady, keeping the dribble alive. Just not relying on that perimeter shot right now. T-Mac takes it right onto the basket. Harrington is really out there challenging. But you see what he does here. Watch him. He just keeps the dribble alive. And there he is on the arm. Good touch by Tracy. And this could cut it to 2 if this one falls.
So it now is an 80-78 game with 2:12 to go. 6 unanswered points scored by the Magic.
The crowd, you hear them calling for defense. I'm calling for a rebound if you're forced to miss.
A foul on Horace Grant. Let's see if he was in the act.
Well, I thought it was before, but they're going to give him 2. O'Neal, right there. That was one certainly was close enough to be called in the act.
Jermaine O'Neal, 1 of 2 on the line tonight. 4 years in Portland, and then comes to Indiana for veteran Dale Davis. Pretty good deal by Indiana.
Dale Davis had gotten to where he wasn't real happy in Indiana, and the Pacers obviously moving to get younger at that time. Had sent Antonio Davis up to Toronto. So they were just looking to get younger. O'Neal was wanting a place where he could play. So it worked out well for both teams, but especially for the Pacers.
1 out of 2, though, for Jermaine. And a 3-point lead for Indiana. The offense runs through McGrady. T-Mac got tangled up, lost it, but the Magic get a break. O'Neal was out of bounds when he touched the ball.
You got to reset the shot clock. Got to reset it. It's at 5. Are they saying he didn't have possession of the ball?
I think so.
Well, I guess not.
Magic are going to use their second half 20. and make sure they get a good shot here. There are only 1:36 left in the game.
I mean, you're just glad to get the ball back right here with 5 seconds, but O'Neal had it in one hand. He never brought it in. Let's see what happens here. See if he had it long enough or if he came down right out of bounds here.
I don't think he really had
Never did have it. Never had it.
So the shot clock is still at 5. Plenty of time to get a shot. Magic desperately need points, trailing by 3.
Be nice to find Garrity behind the three-point line here. Just checks into the game. Mike Miller knocked down his last attempt. The key here, though, is getting the ball inbounds. The Magic with just one timeout left. Pacers have 2.
One on the shot clock. The floater. Good by McGrady. A spectacular play by T-Mac.
You expect a superstar to deliver in that situation, and he just gets his shot all on his own.
31 for McGrady. A 1-point lead for Indiana. Here's O'Neal against Grant. Harrington has had the hot hand.
That's not good. Oh, it did go. Oh, it didn't. Kind of looked like it came off the side of his hand there, but he has made big shots in this.
He's got 21. Harrington. Less than a minute to go. Magic looking for someone to make a big play. Instead, it's Reggie Miller with a defensive play and giving Indiana a 5-point lead. And the Magic will use a timeout with 45.6 seconds to go in the game. Pat Garrity trying to work the ball out top to Darrell Armstrong, and Reggie Miller just stepping right into the passing lane and scoring for the Pacers. Back in Orlando, there's a look at the quarter-by-quarter scoring. The Magic offensive production in the second half, only 36 points. They've been outscored 43-36 in the second half of the game. They trail Indiana by 5. We'll have the ball as play resumes with 45.6 seconds to go. And they would really like to get a 3 here, but they've got to get some kind of points to have a chance to pull this game out.
Well, and you just want to get the shot up quickly. You want it to be a good shot, David, but you want to get it up quickly to give yourself a couple of possessions here.
Look for McGrady to really draw a crowd if he makes a move toward the basket. Armstrong on the drive, little running hook, comes up short. And Indiana with the ball and the 5-point lead and a foul on Orlando. Horace Grant got Al Harrington. Darrell thought he could get a quick 2.
Well, the problem is he went in and challenged one of the better shot blockers in the East. And Jermaine O'Neal makes another big-time play.
This guy going to the free throw line has been the one the Magic haven't been able to stop in the fourth quarter. 14 points in the period. Now 15 for Al Harrington. And a 6-point game. A free throw here makes it very difficult. You still have 36.5 seconds left. XL Florida Sports News immediately following tonight's Magic Pacers game. Al Harrington scored 16 against the Magic in that Indiana win in early November. And now has 23 tonight off the bench. 7-point game. Pat Garrity. This is the 3. The long rebound taken by Tinsley. Now Reggie Miller leads the 3 on one fast break, but they don't need points. They just try and run out the clock. And Hudson fouls Reggie Miller.
Team out there for Doug Collins.
Yeah, and right now Michael Jordan is playing the power forward position. They're going with a small lineup here now.
Here is Whitney leaving it for Lou. From the corner, Hubert Davis. The 3.
In this game and having just 4 points, and you're still able to get it done.
Magic number 3, Monty Williams. And number 5.
Pat Garrity on Subway 7 of the game. He's the only player other than Tracy McGrady who hit double figures tonight. McGrady has 31 to lead all scorers, but Indiana has more balance. 23 from Harrington, 20 from O'Neal. Reggie Miller has 15.
One of the keys to this game, I thought, was going to be how much the Magic get the other players involved. And there were a lot of good looks at the basket from guys like Mike Miller and company. Mike Miller got some shots. Pat Garrity got a lot of shots, and those shots didn't fall, and you put it all on Tracy to have to get it done, and it just was not a game where Tracy could carry it, and you got the balance from the Pacers you got. Al Harrington came up huge in the fourth.
Well, a closer game than the final score indicates. The Magic had chances in the fourth period. But a costly turnover, and Reggie Miller layup gave Indiana a 5-point lead late. So the Pacers won it 89-82, the final score tonight. Indiana now with a 3-game winning streak, and 4 games over 500 are the Pacers. They are 17-13 overall. The Magic now have lost 3 in a row and fall to 13-17 on the year, just 7-6 here at home.
Clean shave.
Indiana Pacers as